Good evening, friends, and welcome to day 50 of A Poem a Day for 2026. It is Thursday, the 19th of February, and it's about 5:30. And as you can see from the window behind me, it's still pretty light. Um, I'm gonna keep commenting on it. I think it's incredibly exciting. Um, I I've always, or for many years at the very least, have battled with mental health issues, and it's only really this year that I have come to accept, ponder on, maybe look into that I may have seasonal affective disorder or SAD. So I think maybe that's why I'm so kind of hyper focused on the changing of the seasons and things getting lighter. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to have a great summer. Maybe I'm going to be a little sunbeam and be out there soaking up the rays with appropriate sun protection, of course. If nothing else, I've got a plethora of tattoos that I would like to protect. But yeah, I've come straight out of the gate, full ramble. Slept relatively well, but I've probably mentioned it briefly, but or at length. But I live alone. I work at home most of the week. So often when I come on to film these for you, although I'm very much talking to myself, I'm talking with intent to speak to all of you. Other than the cats, this is the first time I've spoken to someone other than my own brain all day. So you're kind of getting the full brunt of neurodivergent word vomit. So if you've ever watched and thought, what's going on in there? It's a lot of that. So yeah. But without too much further ado, let's see what's waiting for us today in the Big Red Book. I'm hoping that it's nice and warm today because my hands are cold. The house has been chilly. It's a little bit warm, and we're losing some more of the lettering. Let's see. I'm not sad about this. To me, it's the sign of a well-loved book. Almost sort of like when you wear clothes and they get that wear and tear, and it's a sign of sort of having been lived in. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Today's poem is quite simply entitled Rainbow. And it's by John Agard. And our blurb reads as follows. On the 19th of February 1672, Sir Isaac Newton published his work on rainbows after refracting light through a prism. Newton first catalogued 5 colours before settling on the 7 we know today. Newton thought 7 was a suitable number as there are 7 notes in a musical scale. The Guyanese poet John Agard makes a rainbow the occasion for some reflections on the nature of God. So this is Rainbow by John Agard. When you see the rainbow, you know God, what he doing, one big smile across the sky. I tell you, God got style. The man got style. When you see rain cloud pass and the rainbow make a show, I tell you, is God doing limbo? The man doing limbo. But sometimes, when I see the rainbow, so full of glow and curving, like she bearing a child, I does want to know if God ain't a woman. If that is so, the woman got style. Man, she got style. Nice. Rainbows are beautiful things. And so I loved science as a kid. While I struggled and still struggle to get my head around physics, chemistry and biology, loved it. And I feel like rainbows kind of fall in the magic category of science. Like, we understand how they work, but light moving through a thing makes colours? That's really flippin' cool. And 8, 9-year-old me learning about how rainbows worked, there wasn't kind of oh, well, I feel like I've been had now. There's a logical explanation. I loved that there was a reason behind it, and it wasn't just a thing appears, and it helped to explain why they then disappeared as well. But yeah, loved rainbows as a kid. I think most kids love rainbows. And I've mentioned before that my nana appears to me as rainbows. While I'm not an overly spiritual person, it was something her lifetime friend / sister said to me at her wake. I won't bore you. I won't delve into that. It's a personal story, but I took that from there in 2011 and have moved through my life with it. And equally, rainbows bring comfort to me and many others in the world, because we often see them as a point of safety in other people in the queer community. Often if somebody is wearing a rainbow t-shirt or a pin badge, it may signify that they are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, or that they are an ally, and they are therefore a safe person to be around. So yeah, kind of at varying points in my life, rainbows have been reoccurring, and have been wonderful for different reasons. And I've got a lot of friends who have got kids, and one of them, she has a son, and she has a bunch of tattoos, and one of them, on her shin, is, it looks like kind of a rainbow creature, and it's something her son drew when he was very small. I think he was 3 or 4, and she always loved the drawing. It was lived on the fridge. I think it might have got framed, But one day she was like, yeah, getting this tattooed. And as he's gotten older, she's had some other of his artworks tattooed on her. That's unsurprisingly, that's a segue. Um, but yeah, there's just something about rainbows. They bring me joy. Just they bring me joy and they bring me comfort. And I think seeing the joy they bring other people, like especially kids, like seeing a kid spot a rainbow is just it's just wholesome. Seeing the excitement is just, and you know, if they're open to it, like getting to explain the science behind it, like more kids in STEM, because I'm a nerd, but just yeah. I think I needed that today. I've I've been feeling kind of out of sorts this week, and I couldn't quite. I mean, I still can't put my finger on why. Um, but I feel a bit more settled for talking about rainbows. Funny, just what works. Friends, as always, thank you for being along for the ride. Um, I hope that Thursday has been kind to you all. I hope that whatever the evening brings for you is good, at the very least. If you're working, I hope that your shift goes smoothly and without issue. If you are home by yourself or with loved ones, I hope that you have a great evening, whatever you're doing. If you have errands to run or you're hitting the gym, I hope you get everything done in the fashion with which you need to. I am hopefully going to be spending the evening with my roller derby team at training, and I think that will further help to settle me. Thank you, friends, for helping me to remember just a bit of who I am. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we move towards our first 100 days. That's quite exciting. Good night.